Hello. Oh, well, hello, hello. Never miss this. You at least you're first this time. Sorry, I'm looking in this direction because I've got Stray on one screen and then Chow on the other. So I'm gonna be looking in this direction. Just reach out. Yeah. We're finishing Stray today. So we're trying to at least. So we're in the last section of the game. What are you saying oi for? Hi, I just did that. Okay. There you go. But yeah. Let's go. Not quite, what's the word? Just music that matches what we're planning on doing today. Kind of somber. We're in jail. We're just in jail, you know. Very somber, very sad. Okay. I'm gonna actually get into stuff. But yeah. Hopefully we don't break the game today. This punishment? Punishment for what? What did I do? Huh? What did I do? To be honest, my throat hasn't really recovered from Monday, because I did quite a lot of talking on Monday's stream. So I generally don't mind the hydrate. Yeah, we gotta do this again. I thought we'd have to. Meow. Come on. Yay. Let's go. Boop. Boop. Oh, you just go across. Ba. I'm a ninja cat. Oh, it changed. Jail. Cat's in jail. We need to get these into place, right? Can we? Yep. Go, kitty. I jump down dirt and then jump down dirt. This place is so messed up. Like, what is happening in here? Sorry, little guy. Or big guy, I can't help you. This place is messed up. That's all I'll say. Hi, Sentinel. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my friend. We gotta wait for this one now. I just trying to find. Oh my god. That's a bit of a close call, if I say so myself. We don't go up here, do we? No, we go over there. That was a bit of a close call. Hi, Clementine. Oh, actually, that was 2 close calls with the same sentinel, but hey. Yeah. Go get key. Give me a second. Don't need that anymore. There we go. I am on rescue mission, Clementine. Don't you worry. Some memories, right? What is this cat? What are you doing, cat? So that's what we got to go down to. I don't like that bit, by the way. It's like the worst bit in the jail. In the prison. Hello. Some memories, right? Nothing in here that we need. Like, we've got the rest of the prison to do. And the Catherine should be named M, and this game should be named M's Adventure. Hi, Clementine. There you go. Yeah, we got the rest of the prison to do, and then we got the subway bit. And then we're done with the game. Hi, Clementine. What would you do without your fellow cat? We gotta go rescue B12 though. B12 is very important. Meow, 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 meow. This place is, like, really messed up though. B12! What are they doing to you? Huh? Hey, yo, what's up? Hey, Aria! Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. We're just playing some cat game. We're almost finished with it. Well, kind of. We're finishing the game today, hopefully. I hope you're having a good day. We gotta rescue B12. Like, B12 is too valuable and too precious. Meow! So glad that Clementine understands cat language. Okay, it's Covert Cat time. So who makes your VTuber? I have made my VTuber. It's not the best. You did this? This, like, this isn't, like, the hardest bit of the game. Like, the hardest bit is pretty much the first half of the game. It looks amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Okay. I want to just... Sentinels are dumb. Vending machine? You're an artist? I'm a 3D modeler. I didn't personally 3D model this avatar. I am artist. But I'm a 3D modeler, right? But I do also do art. No, you're a VTuber. Ah! I need a box. He's so confused. Sentinels are dumb. They'd be like, oh, cat went in box. Where did cat go? Cat disappeared. Just gonna park here. Go up here. If. Ah! Okay. Just gonna run in here. Flick your switch. Because that's what cats do. Cats like buttons. I'm also an artist. Can I show you my recent VTuber made for my client? I don't know how you'd show it. Okay. Covert cat. Covert cat. B12. On Discord. Well, my Discord server is in the panels down below. Ah! I literally made a new panel for the Discord. Whether it works or not, I don't know. But it's there. Saves you going through the links. Meow, 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 meow. I'm gonna get in here anyway, just in case. This is now empty, so we can just run straight out. Hi, Clementine. Give me a second. I'll finish the cutscene on the look in the Discord. He's gonna kiss me on the hand. Clementine, you're a bit rebellious? I felt like I was trapped in my lab's computer system again, all alone. You came back for me. I can't believe it. You're a good friend. I'm so glad that we're all together again, but we're not safe yet. We need to find a way out of here. Can you open that door just there? I can. Right, give me a second. Hello. Right. Just gonna... Sorry, cat's tendency to push stuff off of things. Bit of a rash decision there, Clementine, but hey. You could have broken this window. That would have been fine. That would have been a lot easier. Well, that's pretty good. Good job. Very nice. That's why it's M's Chaotic Adventure. Yeah. Oh, you're there. That's what happens when M gets distracted. Those sentinels are blocking the way again. They will spot me instantly. This is the bit I don't like. Maybe you can try to bait them into those cells and lock them in. Yeah, I gotta do all the work. It's fine, it's fine. Come on. I ran into your spotlight. Come on. Did you get in? Stay in. No, you didn't stay in. I'm gonna die. Okay, I need you to actually come around to this side, please. Thanks. Okay, right. I like how we're literally opening up this place and there's other robots in this courtyard, but they don't want to come. Like, they walk this way, but that's about it. Right, I gotta remember how to do this bit. This bit is... yeah, I've seen it. It looks really good. It looks really good. Thanks for showing me in, Clementine. That's really... thanks. So I need to open up both, right? I think I need to open up both. I need to remember how to do this bit. This bit annoyed me so much in the last time I played this. Right. So there's 2 here, so I need to get them both in. I know that one over there is doing much, but hey. So... yeah, we need an exit, don't we? Right, I'm just going. I'm gonna try. If we die, then we die. Yep, we died. I hate this bit. This is so annoying. So nice of Clementine to, you know, shut us in the place. Like, that's really nice. Wait! We don't need to shut them both. We can literally just run through. Okay, this makes it easier. They're both in, right? Nope, they were not both in. Right, let's just open up again. I didn't realize that you could just put them put one door open. Gonna have to run around a little bit so they're both in. Go B12. Ah! Okay. I didn't realize you could walk through the door. But that's a really good tidbit. Just knowing that you're able to run through the door so you don't have to open them both. But like these guys, they just stay in here instead of following us. Like, you could get out of prison, you know. Wait, there's nothing in it in this room, right? I really quickly came. Push through. Oh, okay. Yes, I'm coming. This door is the only way out of this jail. I think we can open it from that control room over there. You have to find a way to get access to that room though. Let's look around. Hey, do you want the car keys? Car keys right here. We're in luck. They left the keys in the door. Hop in the back of the truck. You should be able to jump the fence to access the secure area. Okay. The fun begins. Oh, how much I love chasing after Clementine, because Clementine just decides to run off. Clementine! Come here! Clementine! Why do you do this? Okay. Rude. Hey. Hi. Clementine, you could just come in, you know. They don't have hands. They can't open doors. There's no way we'll make it with the sentinels on our trail. I can distract them for a little while, but you have to go. The Outsider's Manifesto says we must go outside at any cost. I wrote that. Like, Clementine, you could just come with us. Like, I mean, they're not here. You're one of us now. It's not that everyone has to get outside, but one of us has to. Subway key. Thank you. Now go. I'll keep you in my ram, little outsider. PC joke. Okay, so we're in the very, very final stage of the game. Right. So we need to use the battery here, right? Neko Corporation. There's nothing here, right? I think so. Okay, let's go. Nothing here. Just before we leave, just double check. I think pretty much sped around Midtown. No, we did that really quickly. Yep, subway. There is a cat driving a subway. It's perfectly normal. there's just another track and some robots in another subway car, and they just see a cat driving a subway going past them. That would be hilarious. Control room. Okay, so this is the very last stage of the game. We did this pretty quickly. Enjoy the world's safest city. Bit squeaky, but... Hello? Howdy. Hello, how may I help you? Apparently no way whatsoever. Nothing here. At least put the escalators on. Making a cat walk. How dare you? You know how lazy cats are? Howdy. Greetings, inhabitant of World City 1999. Huh. Interesting. Oh, you, I know a guy or girl that is inventing their own shade of white. Do you want me to hook you up? Because, you know, might come in handy. I'm currently painting this area. Please be careful with wet paint. Have a nice day. I could get you into contact with that robot. You know, business and all that. I gotta help my friends. What are you doing? You doing some yoga or meditation? Greetings, inhabitant of World City 99. This door leading to the surface is currently locked due to confinement procedure. Please refer to the certified engineer inside the control room if you have any requests. Have a nice day. Hello. Hello, how may I help you? Oh, you're just literally the exact same as the other guy. Let's see it. Let's see it. Ah, it's so cool. Like, the slums are so much bigger than Midtown. It's so cool. Just seeing it. Hi. Hello, my current task is to clean the window. You're doing a marvelous job. Please refer to the certified yeah, okay, so it's so cool just seeing it from above. We got slums down there. There's Momo's sign. That's Momo's sign, right? Momo! Momo! I'm up here! But Momo had a big neon sign, right? So that must be Momo's house. And then we got the tower over there. It's so cool just seeing this. But this isn't the coolest bit of this, by the way. I didn't talk to you. You gotta talk to everyone. Hello, the city is sealed off for your safety. These are the... Yeah, okay, you're literally just saying the same thing. A little robot. Inspect. Control room is closed by some sort of security protocol. It says that only humans are authorized to enter. It also says that I'm not considered human. Hey, that's offensive. Security protocol. Maybe if we work together we can open this passageway. I mean, I've got a little friend here. Thanks. Now I'm gonna break it. Cats like playing with electrics. Particularly wires. I don't know why. Hello. This is the control room for the entire city. They control everything from here and it's empty. I remember hating them so much. They had everything. Clean space, limitless power, freedom to move, little good it did to them. The plague. I remember. It's COVID-19. We've gone back in time. It's 2020. Everyone was dying and they thought they were above it all. They did nothing to help us. I watched my family okay, we're back to the depressing stuff again. I felt helpless. I couldn't do anything to save them. But I can still help you. We can still go outside. You better stick to that promise, B12. Okay, you better stick to that promise. Pinky swear. Okay, B12. Pinky swear. I would carry out clear my throat. I would carry out the memories of humanity and the people I loved. You better pinky swear, B12. Okay? You better. Sorry. Applications. Momo, hello. So need to go over there. Inspect. This is it, the main computer. It doesn't look that big to control an entire city, but hey. According to the mainframe, no one has been here for years. The whole city is stuck in a lockdown cycle from long ago. If we disable it, we should be able to leave. We'll need to bring the rest of these systems online. These computers hold the data we need. We need to turn them on. Well, cat does cat things and plays with keyboards. Was in the train. What did I miss? We got to the control panel. Control room. No, down. To be honest, you didn't miss too much, but cat's got to do cat things and cat's got to play on keyboards. You're welcome. It worked. Good job, my friend. I mean, I just pressed the random buttons. They were probably just on standby or something. Yeah, screensavers, yeah. I found it. I know how to open the city. Everything's off here. Of course, if you don't do it, are you even a cat? I know, right? Wait, maybe there's a way around it. There, that's the workstation to open the city. But there are several layers of security preventing us from using it. Now we need to do what we do best. Me, I'll hack the machines and you destroy some stuff. I am on it, my friend. The system is taking more than I expected. B12, you promised. You promised that we'd go out together. You pinky swore. I know. We've got to keep going. I mean, we're not in any danger. They've just turned on the lights. It's fine. Boo. I'm so glad that Cat's destructive power comes in handy in this game. B12. Stop. Don't worry, I can recharge once we open the workstation. Are you sure about that? Where's the other one? B12. Where's the other one again? I've forgotten. Oh, it's over there. B12, you're not sounding any good. If I have to. B12! You promise. I think this little body is done for. No! It's okay, I'll be alright. Just carry me to the workstation. We can disable the alarm. B12! You promise. You promise. Promise we'd be together forever. So you better stay alive. That's it, we're safe. Listen, No! B12. I knew the power required to disable the city's central control system would be immense. More than this drone body could handle. But with the security now disabled, I can take control of the system and open the city. Overriding it would destroy my software. I'm not crying, you're crying. But I made the choice when I hooked into the first computer, and the consequences it could bring. I'm sorry we went. You pinky swore, B12. I'm sorry we won't see the outside together. I'm so killing onions. No, I can't help it. I thought I needed to carry on the memories of humanity, to hold on to the past. But I see the future in the companions. And you. And the other cats that are outside. Here, let me take that off for you. No, B12. Wait, how am I still able to talk to you? You're my friend. The very best I could have asked for. Thank you. No. B12. This is highly depressing. This is the most depressing part of the game. It's just the fact that he lies down with B12. Like, protecting him. I don't wanna leave B12. But this is really cool. Like, I'm literally gonna stay here and watch this because it's like one of the coolest things. I bring you sunlight. This bit is so satisfying. Just seeing all the head crabs just burn. Momo! I bring you sunlight. Guardian. The music guy. Duck. Seamus. Clementine! And for some reason, sentinels are powered on darkness. I like how we don't get to see Balthazar. Balthazar is just too busy having a meditation to, you know, get up and watch. I don't want to leave B12. B12. But this is so cool. Gonna go stand here. Like, just seeing it open is so cool. It kind of makes you forget that B12 has just died, but hey. Hey, this is just, like, extremely satisfying for some reason. Just seeing it open is like this is the reward for finishing the game and, you know, killing B12. But hey, so worth it. Kind of. It would be good if B12 was here too, but what are you doing, cat? And then the walls come up. It's impressive after like hundreds of years that everything still works. This is gorgeous. I know, right? And then we've got the city. Like, Midtown is a lot smaller than you think. It's kind of weird how small Midtown is. Now the slums are massive. It's almost kind of like you can see robots down there, but I don't think it's robots. I just seeing this is so cool. Okay. B12. We did it. B12. B12. The game started off really sad from the cat falling into the thing, and then it ends off being really sad from leaving B12 behind, just over there. B12, you pinky swore. Okay, let's go. I'm sorry, B12. I like how these guys are just out here still working. Like, there's a really bright light here, and they're still working up here. kind of still grosses me out that you can see the head crabs and everything in those areas. There's so much. Enjoy. Huh, it's motion sensor. I kind of want to talk to you again. Hi. I can't. Hello? I can walk through your legs. It's sad not being able to do this bit without B12, but hey. Let's go. Oh, this is pretty. Motion sensor phasmophobia. You know there are automatic doors, right? We finished the game. It only took 3 streams, but hey, you did it. The cat. Little butterflies. And the cat goes in the right direction as to where his friends are. Like, that's one of the, like, the coolest little things that they added. Like, he's actually going in the right direction. Complete the game and open the city. Wow. We beat it. We did the game. Now what do we do? But there is a video that I want to show because it is really interesting. Yeah, I love this game. This game is so good. This was beautiful. I know, right? I love Stray. Stray's such a good game. Like, the first half is definitely probably the most difficult part of the game, just because of the head crabs. But yeah, I love this game. They've given so much character to all the the robots and stuff. But I just like the subtle design choices, like the screens for faces and stuff. Yeah, I love this game. It's such a good game. There's nothing else in the there's nothing after the credits. Boo 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 boo. Maybe try to do a 100% Stray at some point. Yeah, there's something else that is Stray related that I find really interesting. Too, I don't know if you've seen it, but it is really cool.
Hey, what's going on?
Shush! Let me get it set up a second. So, hide that moment. Yeah, we're gonna watch the Out of Bounds video for Stray, because frankly this is like the most interesting thing for the game, just seeing what's outside of the map. So what are you gonna play? I don't know after what I'm gonna play. We'll see. Yeah, we're gonna watch this because this is just really cool. Just finding out the behind the scenes.
You're watching an episode of an ongoing series where we basically take a camera anywhere we want to try and find secrets and discoveries in some of our favorite games. And so far, the internet's favorite game of the past few weeks has been a brand new release called Stray. It being a game with a dedicated meow button, how could I say that? I am your host, Snipey, and with that said, let's just jump
Dedicated meow button.
There's quite a few cutscenes in Stray, but one of the perks of any of the cutscenes that happen in Engine is we can view them from whatever angle we want, and we can see all of the tricks that they end up using to get the final product. This cutscene with B12, for example, gives us a lot of the starting principles. One thing you'll notice is that if it's not being seen by the camera currently, it's probably not animating at all. And more importantly, you'll see stuff teleporting around a whole bunch. And there's a few reasons that the characters teleport around so much, but most of the time it's just for shot composition, or whatever they want to see in the camera at any given point. And these things have to happen really quick too. If on every camera change you saw the characters teleport into place, it would look pretty jarring.
B12.
When they go off camera is not anything new, but it is always funny to look at. Take these cats jumping off the ledge, for example, where when they jump off the ledge, they just frozen there, which I'm pretty sure is not a cat thing.
Who says that that's not a cat thing?
The angle they were looking for while keeping both characters in frame, they raised the cat a little bit off the stool.
Cats levitate. What are you talking about?
Robots for the first time, and you're greeted with quite a bit of hostility. There's quite a few elements that won't move until they're seen by the camera. And that's the weird part. A couple of these events are driven by the camera and not necessarily the player's position. So if you take the camera through this sequence backwards, you can play these animations out of order. And if you were ever wondering how this robot managed to escape up these stairs, I'm afraid I have to inform you that the answer is pretty much magic. As you can see, he runs up through the fence, goes a couple extra steps very awkwardly, and then disappears. And the animation of this guy slamming the fence shut is actually reused later in the game for this robot closing the door. I think it's supposed to look like he presses the button, but the animation plays so late that you can't really see it.
He fell through the wall.
Off and disappears with just his shirt staying behind. And here's a couple of shots of what these robots look like before they run into frame. One of them is stored really far away from where their animation begins, but the other one's animation starts right where their model is. One of the features of this camera tool allows me to disable the HUD. So a thing I found on accident as I restarted a checkpoint is that I can actually see past the loading screen. And so when the game is loading a previous checkpoint, I get a full view of what the game looks like as it's loading in. And we can see a couple of cool things here. Namely, the cat and the camera are stored in default positions. And they're always loaded in first, but in this case, there's also a part of the environment that gets loaded as soon as the checkpoint does. And then the rest of the map is loaded in these gigantic chunks. And in a similar vein, I also have footage of when you progress in an area, and then it loads the next chunk of environment. And in this example, we have a pipe that's supposed to be the transition between two different maps. And what's funny is if we remove the black screen, we can see the moment that it disappears and the cat falls into the void.
So we just need a few seconds to talk about today's sponsor,
Sponsor.
Skillshare. Skillshare is really interesting because it's a class for creative people. Thank you so much, Skillshare. And with that said, let's get
I like how they make this all seamless. I know, it's really impressive.
back to the show.
Okay, so for some reason, this part of the map is actually host to two different instances of characters duplicating, where the one in the orange vest teleports behind
Seamless.
the player to look like they came from the door, and then the original one wearing the lab coat just stays
Duh.
behind in an idle pose, while the other one moves into the next area.
Huh. Is that why Doc just kept breaking in the last
So the
stream?
approach that Stray uses to render fur convincingly is actually pretty cool. So the fur appears to be a single set of textures fully wrapped around the cat. But in order to give the textures the depth of fur, the artist took this layer with some alpha transparency and layered it around 8 times at slightly different heights.
That's really cool.
And when you remove the fur effect, this is what the cat model actually looks like. You know what they say, the eyes are the windows to the soul. And while I'm not sure how accurate that is here, eyes have an extra level of detail that you might not have
Ooh.
expected. So for the cats, they got a whole lot of stuff going on. They've got sort of a standard eyeball component, and then on the outside edge, it's surrounded by another sphere. And then that sphere is actually what's giving off the reflections, with the inside part of this ball being the main eye.
I use that technique. I can't look.
And they don't do this
Yeah, the
exclusively
cat is a
just for the
floofy cat.
cats, because if we look at this wall of eyes,
Ew.
which I promise makes probably a little bit more sense when you play the game, we can see that the
It's
general
so
shape is the
gross.
same, although the interior is a little bit more defined in this very big hockey puck shape. And so the main component of the eye that you're focusing on is pretty small, and surprisingly, across all the characters in the game, there's an extreme level of detail in how their faces are structured, even for the robots. An interesting thing to note is on most of the robot characters, except for a select few, there's this back layer of pixels to make up the screen on their face. And so in total, you usually have about 3 different things going on. You've got that back layer of red, green, and blue, and then you usually have an animated decal hovering right over it, and then on the outside edge, you have the actual screen portion. And then that screen portion, for the most part, usually has some raindrops or something on it. And altogether, it makes this really convincing TV appearance.
That's really
They go
cool.
into even more detail in other objects across the game, which also happen to be TVs. So first I'm going to show you an example that's basically handled the same as the robots. You've got the back texture of pixels, which don't light up at all, and then you have the animation playing out on top of that, and then you've got the outer screen. But on this TV, all of the pixels are animated manually, or at least it gives off the appearance of the pixels being animated themselves, rather than a thing on top of them. So when you're loading up Stray, this is the first screen you'll end up seeing. And you may have noticed that it's a 3D environment that gets loaded in. And lucky for us, we get to take the camera just kind of wherever, and doing so in this room reveals a couple secrets. First of which is that this room has walls on all sides. And I know what you're thinking. And yes, there is a ball, and if I enable player controls, I can move this ball around. And it controls really weird. I'm going to assume because it's floating. But due to that and the fact that it's untextured, I'm not sure it's really anything other than a really early playtest object. But even then, there's still plenty to see. Now, you've probably noticed the lights coming through the title screen, and if we go onto the other side of it, you can see where those lights are lined up in 3D space. And what's interesting is to have them animate in the main menu, what they've done for one of these lights is they've introduced a box that moves back and forth and blocks it from emitting this super bright light. Meanwhile, the bottom light moves completely separately, and isn't
That's so
blocked at any
cool.
point.
That's a really cool way to do this.
And yeah, this title screen is a really big image with transparency through it, and the sides are just additional black squares. And for you moon truthers out there, I've got a little surprise for you. Turns out the moon's been flat this whole time, and it's actually really big and really close by
It wasn't the Earth that's always been flat, it's the moon.
to the ground. Some of the windows across the game you may have noticed look like they've actually got rooms on the inside. But there's actually a little bit of clever trickery going on here. You see, this is a shader technique called interior parallax. And what it does is it creates the illusion of interiors with proper perspective, without actually adding any additional geometry.
I remember seeing this so many times in Tower of Fantasy. But they did it so badly.
And so if we push the camera through this window, you'll see the illusion break and the image disappear. And speaking of illusions, this barrel of fire has one
The PNG!
expected, but not to this degree. So if we move up to this barrel, the fire is always facing towards the camera. Now, this is a pretty common thing in order to save resources, but what's interesting about it is that this fire is actually not just a single layer. It's multiple different layers on top of each other, and each of them face the camera. So if we point the camera towards the ground, for instance, the fire actually comes out of the edge of the barrel, which is pretty goofy.
We
looking.
saw that.
You don't even need a free cam for that. You can just do that while playing as the cat.
Yeah. I knew that.
By the way, at a couple places in the game, there are fully functioning pool tables for some reason. And so when you knock the balls
mean,
into the
for
pockets,
some
they
reason?
collect in a little reservoir in the table. I think it's no surprise that probably the biggest set piece of the game has one of the most intricate and thought out animations, and that's at the end of the game when you finally open up the city, and the seal at the top opens up. And if we take the camera above, we can see a much better angle of how this animation's actually playing out, with all the rings lifting up separately and moving into each individual position. And then when they get stored outside of this circle, then another row of metal closes these off. And then what used to be the ceiling is stored in this small circular hallway completely around the map. There's a couple of unique pieces of geometry that I managed to find in my playthrough of Stray, and that's these really big red gridded boxes. I only found 2 in the entire game. Like, these things are rare. And unfortunately, I can only speculate as to why these are here. Feel free to leave your guess in the comments below. So usually
It really
the
depends
game,
on what areas
characters
they're
don't
in.
really spawn in unless they're necessary. Even if an introduction to an area doesn't have that many characters, and then after the cutscene there's a whole bunch more, you don't usually end up finding any of them stored outside of the map. But this rule doesn't apply to everybody, because if we take the camera over to this building on the edge of the map, there's a character that we won't be seeing for another few chapters, stored outside the bounds for a later cutscene.
Doc.
And in the upper levels, we have a similar story with another character, who is stored under this tunnel in a vape hose.
Clementine.
There seems to be an asset that's the interior of a building that gets reused over and over again, but there's nothing actually inside it other than a whole bunch of super reflective tiling. I'm not entirely sure if they're cut content, but they're very shiny.
Yeah, very
When you load
shiny.
into a level, even if only that first chunk is loaded, typically all the characters and objects that you end up seeing or using are loaded in at the start. Take this clip from the character Doc, whose house is no longer there, but we can see him reclining in the air, a couple of enemies still loaded in, and this tracker stored under the floor, which actually has some really tiny details on it.
Like this
Stray
sheer
makes some
detail.
effective use out of trees, by the way. I mean, they're constantly merged in the wall or floating in the air, and while in a lot of cases looking at them from another angle ends up being a little silly, nothing will ever be quite as silly as these 2 trees floating really high up above the first level. I'm not even sure if you can see either of these.
Yeah, why not? If they want to be there, put them there.
And they don't just reuse trees to build these environments, they reuse a lot of the same light too. This lamp is used across the entire game as probably most of the lights you end up seeing off in the distance. Now I'm sure you've seen the part of the light that looks a little bit untextured, and what's weird is that if we go behind the light and look in, you can see that the untextured bit is actually part of the full model of this light bulb.
I didn't see that.
There's a pretty big set of lights on this wall, and instead of being a tiny light hooked onto the end of these boxes, the objects making these lights are just big cylinders. And since a couple of the lights are off, we can see that when they're not emitting light, they're just left with the default Unreal Engine textures. And this one compound-looking building
10
has
out
a
of
really
10.
bright red light on top of it that you can see from basically anywhere on the map. And moving the camera a little bit closer reveals that it's just a really tiny floating red orb. And probably the weirdest light that I found in the game is actually in one of the first areas that you end up going to, and that's in this little sewer section before you get into the main city. Looking up in normal gameplay gives off the illusion that you're still outside somewhat, with the blinding light appearing as sunshine. A closer look reveals that not only is it not that at all, it's this really gigantic rectangle of light.
As you do.
Here's a thing that I'm not sure if anybody's actually seen, but above this tree village, there's a whole bunch of unique geometry, namely this gigantic grate. It covers the entire ceiling of this area, and it has a really cool pattern on it. Okay, so something to note basically through all the beginning chapters, this upper level of the city is almost always fully visible in a low level of detail state. So even as you progress and other areas of the map no longer become visible, this upper area is always there.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the questions that I had really early on actually got answered super late into the game, basically right near the end. So when I was taking the camera around, I noticed that a lot of these windows at the top of the wall have these black boxes around them, except for like 3 of them. And then I was wondering to myself, why do these 3 windows not have boxes on them if every other one does? And then I learned later in the game that those 3 windows are actually part of the environment for a later level, where you're actually able to overlook the entire city. And even though this entire area is low level of detail, there's still a lot of stuff being rendered here, possibly helped out due
It's
to the fact that most of
insane.
these are simple shapes, but it was still really impressive to look at. And so to end this video off, I wanted to give you guys a loving pan of this low level of detail city.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, this is like
As for this
really
outro,
cool.
again, if you think I should do anything differently, if you want some changes, please feel free to comment them down below. I am all ears. I'll be reading as many of your guys' comments as I can because, let's face it, I want to improve. I want you guys to enjoy what I make, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. As always, massive thank you to She Says. I have...
Yeah, that video is really, really cool. I love it. I just go blurry. I go blurry whenever I change. I love that. I love the video.